Let's start with access control list. Access control list is the set of rules which will allow or deny the specific traffic moving through router. ACLs are required to provide security at layer 3. So ACL will controls flow of traffic from one router to another router. Basically, ACLs also called as packet filtering firewall. Now focus on this. For example, in this network we have different services running on this network. These are the two services running on this network. Suppose if you want to deny the users working on this particular network 192.168.3.0 should not access these services, then you can do with the help of ACL. Second example, suppose if you want to deny this particular specific user communicating with another network, that is 192.168.2.0, so you can do this also with the help of ACL. So with the help of ACL you can deny or allow the particular host, the particular subnetwork or services running on that network. There are two types of ACL, numbered ACL and named ACL. Both numbered and named ACLs are divided into standard ACL and extended ACL. So numbered ACL, the number is given to identify the particular ACL, and in named ACL specific name or character value is given. Mostly numbered ACLs are recommended most. Let us discuss numbered ACL, which will categorize into two parts, that is standard ACL and extended ACL. Let us see the comparison between standard ACL and extended ACL. In standard ACL, access list number range between 1 to 99, and other hand in extended ACL, access list number range between 100 to 199. The second comparison states that we can block or allow network, host and subnet in standard ACL, but in extended ACL we can block or allow network, host and services also. So services can be blocked into extended ACL, so this is called as advanced ACL. In standard ACL, when we use blocking or allowing the particular network, host or subnet, all services which are running in that network will get blocked, and on other hand selected services will get blocked in extended ACL. So in fourth comparison, implementation on router is closest to destination in standard ACL. Let's see with the help of the practical. Suppose if you want to 192.168.1.1 user communicating with the network 2.0, then 192.168.1.1 is the source and 192.168.2.0 is the destination. Then we need to select that particular router where it is closest to destination. So our destination is 192.168.2.0, so we need to apply the ACL on router 2 because it's closest to the destination. And other hand, in extended ACL, implementation or router closest to source. In this diagram we have this one is source and this one is the destination. When we need to configure extended ACL, it should be configured on the router which are closest to the source. In that case, we need to configure extended ACL closest to source, that means on router 1. Now in fifth comparison, in standard ACL, filtering is done based on only source IP address, and in extended ACL, filtering is done based on source IP, destination IP, protocol and port number. So it's a basic ACL, that is standard ACL is the basic ACL and extended ACL is a advanced ACL. Now we need to remember some things before applying ACL. So first thing is that we need to identify the router on which ACL is going to be configured. So we have discussed this part in fifth comparison, that is where we need to configure the ACL. That means which router we need to choose for that. So second one is we need to identify source and destination. So which one is source and which one is destination, we need to identify first. In this case this one is source and this one is the destination. Third thing, we need to identify inbound and outbound interface of a router. So in this network, suppose this is source and packets are moving from source to destination as like this. Packets will come to this router. That means this interface of router is called as inbound interface, and packet are moving from inbound network to outbound network. So this interface of router is called as outbound interface. So we need to identify inbound interface as well as outbound interface. Fourth thing is that all hosts in the network should communicate to each other. So we need to configure any routing protocol on the network to make them communicate. So you can configure either RIP or you can configure EIGRP, OSPF, any routing protocol you can configure to communicate all the hosts on the network. Now rules to define ACL. Now how to define or how to apply that particular ACL on router. Basically ACLs works in sequential order. That is, it works in sequential manner. All deny statements have to be given first. Preferably in most cases you can use permit statement. At least one permit statement is required after the deny statement. We need to apply one ACL per interface per direction of the router. That means you can apply two ACL per router, one in inbound direction and another in outbound direction. If you want to place new entry, then you have to add that particular entry at bottom of the list. If you want to make the sequence of the list, the text editors are highly suggested. And the last rule is an important one: you cannot remove one line from ACL. That is important thing. So this is the basic information of ACL. Then let us move towards next video to know the standard ACL and extended ACL in brief.